The call came at 6:42 p.m. Mr. Hale. Your daughter hasn't been picked up. It's been 3 hours. My first thought was wrong number. My second was, why did she sound so sure? I don't have a daughter, I said. I'm 28, single. There was a pause, the sound of papers rustling, then her voice dropped lower. Sir, if you don't come, we'll have to call the police for neglect. Something in her tone calm. Practice made me grab my keys without thinking. The drive there was silent. Just silent. I didn't even turn on the radio. My hand stayed tight on the steering wheel. I wasn't scared yet, just uneasy when I walked into the school office. A little girl sat on a bench by the window. Brown hair, knees tucked to her chest, a rabbit-shaped backpack beside her. She looked up and I froze. Her eyes were mine. Daddy, she whispered, and something deep inside me shifted. Like a memory trying to claw its way out of a locked room. They showed me the paperwork, enrollment forms with my name, my address, even my signature. I stared at it. It was my handwriting. Perfectly mine. But I'd never written it. They said her name was Lily. The principal added, same last name. She's been here for 3 months. 3 months? I knelt down next to her. Who told you I'm your dad? Her voice was small, practiced. Mommy said you come back when it was safe. Safe from what? I didn't ask. I just looked at her, the shape of her nose, the tiny scar above her lip. Details that shouldn't mean anything, but somehow they did. Deep down, I knew she wasn't lying. That night, I couldn't sleep. I searched my name online. Nothing unusual. No criminal records, no hidden past. Still, it felt like something was missing, like parts of my life had been quietly erased. The next morning, I went back to the school and asked to see her emergency contact card. Under Mother, it said Emily Carver. That name hit me like a punch. Emily, my ex. We dated 5 years ago. It ended ugly. She disappeared before I could even ask why. I hadn't seen her since. Until now. I started digging through old emails, phone bills, hotel receipts, anything that could lead somewhere. And there it was, a hospital charge from 9 months after she vanished. Maternity wing. I went to the hospital. Said I was requesting records for family reasons. It took some convincing and a few $100, but I got what I needed. Mother, Emily Carver. Father, unknown. No DNA test. No father's name listed. The one note in the nurse's log made my stomach drop. In the corner, it read, Mother insisted the child's father must never know. Said he'd ruin everything. I decided to run a quiet DNA test, hair from Lily's brush, my own sample. I told myself I wouldn't care about the results. But every night while I waited, I found myself staring at her picture on my phone. The way she looked at the camera, like she already knew who I was. 2 weeks later, the results came back, 99.98% match. I sat in my car for an hour, holding that paper. My hands didn't shake. My breathing stayed steady. I'd felt this kind of silence before, the kind that comes right before something inside you breaks for good. I drove to Emily's address. Suburban Street. White fence. A porch light that flickered every few seconds. She opened the door like she'd been expecting me. No surprise, no guilt, just quiet acceptance. You found her, she said softly. Your little secret. She looked down. I did what I had to. You weren't ready to be a father. My voice stayed calm. You forged my name. My signature. You made me disappear from my own daughter's life. Her lips trembled. I kept her safe from you, from what you become when you're angry. I laughed under my breath. The kind of laugh that hurts. I was never angry, I said. Not until now. I didn't yell. I didn't threaten. I just handed her the folder, the DNA results, copies of the forged papers, and the court notice I'd already filed that morning. Full custody petition, immediate, the color drained from her face. You can't. I already did. She reached toward me. But I stepped back. You play God, Emily. You wrote a story for both of us, but I'm rewriting the ending. Her hands shook as she crushed the papers. You're doing this to hurt me. I met her eyes. No. I'm doing this so she never learns to lie like you. Then I turned and walked away steady. Certain, done. Behind me, I heard her whisper something. But I didn't care enough to listen. It's strange, seeing your own reflection in a child you didn't know existed. Lily laughs like her mother. But she studies people the way I do, quiet, careful, suspicious. Sometimes she asks, why didn't you come for me sooner? I tell her the truth. I didn't know where to look. She believes me. For now. At night, I watch her sleep. The anger's gone now. All that's left is a heavy calm, the kind that comes after a fire burns out. Emily calls sometimes. I don't answer. There's nothing left to say. Because in the end, I didn't lose a daughter. I found the one part of my life no one could take away.